hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
This is on our entertainment. So time comes out with another video. We are talking Hollywood hot topics, y'all. You already know what to do. Hit that like button, hype up the video, and let me know what y'all think down below. We're gonna start off with Shamea's interview with Carlos. First of all, I want to ask y'all something because I watch interviews and like kind of get notes from how other people interview and stuff. Is my laugh that long as Carlos's? Because Carlos's laugh, it takes at least 1 minute from the interview. Like his laugh should be a commercial. Okay, he'll be like, and I'm like, okay, Carlos, like you're pushing it, nigga. Like, oh my, that laugh is so long. It's like not even funny. Like, bro, you gotta love him. So this interview kind of left me in shock because there were some things I was not aware of. One being that I thought Portia and Shamea, according to Shamea, she says that they were best friends after she got that divorce with Cordell. That's when they became tight buddies. But she said throughout high school, she had her clique, Shamea had her clique. And they were cool. The families would hang out, but they were not best of friends. I thought it was the opposite. I thought that they were best of friends all throughout high school and when they were younger. And then when they probably got older, of course, they didn't drift. They drift a little bit apart, but not to the point where we are at now. I thought it was the opposite. So the whole time, they didn't get best friends really until Housewife cameras started coming around. Because she said it was post Cordell divorce. This is what Shamea says. Now, I feel like this was a really good interview, but I did catch Shamea in a couple of fibs. When she says about the school situation, not the school situation, and the fact that she was in a movie as a extra and it paid off her whole schooling. Now, Shamea, even Carlos was like, that's the stuff I begin with Shamea. She tells little fibs that I don't feel like it's necessary. Like, I don't feel like that's true. I'm sorry. I don't feel like that's true. I just don't. I'm sorry. Okay? I just don't feel like that is the truth. Okay? Now, first she started, of course, the interview, so dramatic, by the way. Shamea gonna start singing on the piano. And the whole brave. Okay, by the way, Shamea can sing. Nobody can ever deny that. If you don't think she can sing, you're a hater. I think she can sing. And she does have the talent of singing. Okay, that is something you cannot take away from her whatsoever. They start off at the piano, and then they kind of hop right into it with everything that's been going on. And she says that first she starts off with the fact that, of course, she lost a friend, Portia, because of the show. And now she may have lost a job because she works for the Atlanta Falcons. She now may have lost her job because she has to prove her innocence, that she's not out here spreading her Big Debbie cakes to the players. I don't think she is. That's the thing. I really don't think she is. I feel like Shamea's so loyal to her husband that she would never do something like that to jeopardize it, because she lives an amazing life. If she were to do something to jeopardize it, she would be a fool, in my opinion. The man seems like a great husband, great father to your kids, provides an amazing lifestyle for you, plus you have income on your own. What more can you ask for? If she were to cheat, there'd be woman at the line waiting for Gerald. And a punk, me. You feel me? Like, I'm telling you, like, women would dream to have a life like Shamea. Another thing I wanted to say, Carlos said in the interview, this is what threw me for a loop. And Shamea, please, somebody clip this and send this to Shamea. Nobody on this internet thinks that you want Portia's life. I hope you know that. We do not think that. We think the opposite. I think that Portia wanted Shamea's life. And that's a part of the reason of the fallout, because Shamea has everything she wants. The marriage, the children, the big house, the beautiful marriage. What the heck would Shamea want from Portia's life? She just realized that she's a lesbian. Like, what? When Carlos said that, I'm like, who is saying this on the internet? Because I'm not seeing it on the internet. I don't know what internet Carlos is on, but it ain't mine, because I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing the opposite, and I'm thinking the opposite because I do not feel like that is true. Say what you want about Shamea. I don't think she envies Portia not one bit. Now, she may tell a little fib here and there, talking about she's an extra. She done paid off college being an extra. Sure, Jan. So did I offer being extra on Love Hip Hop? I paid off my tuition. Nah. Hey. Okay. Now, her job being in jeopardy, I understand what she means with Angela kind of taking it very far, and the fact that she only makes jokes about their body parts, like the feet stuff. She doesn't go too far to jeopardize their career, which is true. And I feel like Angela, she needs to take it back if you do not have factual evidence. Stuff like that really can't jeopardize her money. And what I get from this interview, to be honest, Shamea really does need to walk away from the show or say, hey, I want to be a friend again. I don't want to be full-time. Because when she was a friend, her life was not as near as a disarray as it is now. The fact that your own very job that you're making a good source of income from might be in jeopardy, all because one person said that you're giving Big Debbie cakes up, that's a problem. I'm sorry. Like, I just feel like once my money start getting funny when it comes to situations like that, I gotta go. Because you're not about to make me look crazy. I'm sorry. Your name is everything. Like, that's one thing about it. Your name is everything. So if your name is being tarnished when it comes to business, it's just never going to be beneficial. So that's why I feel like Shamea does need to give up that peach, because it's not worth it in the long scheme. It's not worth it in the long run. Now, what she said in the interview was her husband is the one that is really pushing her to stay on the show, and that pushes her to not walk away and to stand up for herself. She says that a lot of people think it's the other way around. Whole time, the husband is the one like, no, stay in the scene. The husband's like, no, don't let them run you away and all that. But she says this, but once again, your husband didn't even want to be on the show. So it's sort of like, I get it, but then again, I don't. Like, no. Once again, I do not feel like in the grand scheme of things, it's worth you being on this show at all. Okay? Then we get to talking about the fallout between her and Portia. Another problem with Shamea, she really does not take accountability. Like, she could never say, I shouldn't have did this. It's always, oh, well, you know, Angela and Kelly. Angela and Drew. I'm like, okay, now, like, Angela and Drew are not to blame for everything now. Like, come on now. Like, you and Portia fallout was going to happen regardless. If Angela did not say anything, if Drew wasn't in the midst of it, that was going to happen inevitably. And that's why I wish Carlos had said to her, like, from what you're telling me now, if I was Carlos, I would be like, from what you're telling me now, please stop blaming Drew or Angela, because the fact that she didn't even really want you to have a peach, y'all was going to fall out regardless. And no shade, I understand Portia. I'm just one, I don't miss business with friends. It just never goes right. I'm telling you, like, that's the one thing I don't do. I had a friend who wanted to start a podcast with me. I told him no. Like, it's no shade. Like, I don't want the drama of it. I already have a lot of people, like, they're praying at pews to watch me fall. I'm not going to start a whole nother podcast where me and you are friends and I want to stay friends with you. Something happens, people start commenting stuff, and next thing you know, we're falling out, and next thing, like, it becomes a whole thing and all this drama. And like, no. Like, as much as y'all think I love drama, and I actually hate it, to be honest. I don't like to be in drama. I don't know if y'all realize that about me. I just don't. That give me bad anxiety. It stresses me the hell out. I put all my energy into it. I get very angry. Very angry. Very angry. I'm going to reiterate that. So it's like, I don't like being in it. Now, covering it and watching it, I love it. Duh. We all do. But in it, because some people, they love being in it. Like, they love the conflama and the, ooh. Like, that's not me. No. I'm good. I don't care if it makes me a bunch of money, you know, like, no. My health is worth more, okay? Because I'm going to be stressed out. I got blood pressure in the family. Like, it's going to run up. You got it. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I just, what's his name? I ain't do too much, because it's like, I really don't give a crap at the end of the day. Like, not paying anything of mine. I don't give a about you. Straight up. So That's just how I feel about that. It was gonna happen regardless, because Portia did not want you on the show. I agree with Portia because it's like, it's not that she didn't want. I feel like Portia. It's not like she didn't want Shamea to excel against her. She didn't want something to happen on the show so where they would have to turn against each other. Because let's talk about Housewives history. Anytime somebody brings a friend on the show, eventually something happens to where it gets weird, it gets funny, they fall out. Every best friend we've seen, except for Giselle and Robin, have fallen out on the show. Every best friend on every franchise, they end up falling out. So it was par for the course. And that's kind of why I wish Carlos had made a point. Like, it was going to happen regardless, Shamea. So stop blaming Angela and Drew. Because if y'all was so solid, it would have never happened. It never would have happened. And by the way, you could tell Shamea's a good person. I feel like watching the show, you could tell who's a good person and who's really like a crappy person or a piece of crap. And y'all know, I cringe when I have to defend Portia because I see straight through her. You get what I'm saying? But Shamea, I'm gonna have to keep it about. Another fib we caught you in. Carlos was like, "Oh, a lot of people would say you dissed Portia because when Candy was talking about Portia, whatever, you took a sip of your drink and you was laughing." She's like, "Oh well, it was a lick back because when Phaedra was like, Candy beat me, I didn't, say anything back. I mean, she didn't say anything back, so it was just like a lick back for lick back." No. From somebody who watched that season, that was the same season. So how could you have seen it before it aired? They don't air the same. You can't see a scene on the show while you're filming until the filming is wrapped. Unless something crazy happens, they got to show you or something like that. But how would you have known or seen that unless one of the girls told you? And they didn't. So that's another lie we caught you with. That's what I'm talking about. Like, Shamea be saying little fibs that it's like, stop. Like, we gonna catch you, girl. You get what I'm saying? Like, That's like me coming on here and be like, I talk to Natalie all the time. That's my good homegirl. And then y'all ask her, you know who Avenue Entertainment is? And Natalie's like, who's that? Like, I'm not gonna ever sit up here and cap y'all because like I don't like to be called a liar. Y'all know this about me. So when people say little fibs, I don't be getting it because it's like, why would you want to be caught up in a lie? Like, like, nah. I don't know how people do it. Like, you're not gonna make me look crazy. Okay? When that girl Cupcake said, I lied, I already lied. Okay? You're not gonna make me already lie. I'm not doing all of that. So Carlos called her out on that. Because that was cap. That was cap. But she said she heard about the scene with Phaedra, and that's why she did it. He looked very skeptical. He looked very skeptical, okay? There was a point of the interview they started talking about her and her pregnancy journey. That's the one thing that I feel like makes Shamea a great housewife because there's a similar storyline on Beverly Hills and Shamea in regards to Bose, but Shamea shows that on the Atlanta Housewife with her storyline. And I feel like it's very informative. A lot of people do not know the process. So the fact she talks about it in detail really helps out any women out there who's trying and is in the process of it. So that's one thing I really appreciate about Shamea is that she does shine a light on that. And she talked about it in detail. She started crying or whatever. And she feels as if like the husband gives her everything. So her not being able to give him a son, she feels like she kind of like failed as a woman. When I hate when women say that because I'm one of the people I feel like just because you're a woman don't mean you gotta have babies and like all these kids. I don't care what nobody says. Like some men are just so, and it's nothing I'm talking about in general now, nothing about their relationship, but I'm talking about in general. Certain men, they feel like women are just here to just have babies, babies pop. No, baby. They don't got to do an ass thing because when they popping them, some of them don't get taken care of. So if a girl is like, oh, I don't want to have kids, I'm like, yay, good job. Like, I'm not saying good job, but I'm like, good for you. Like, because it's better than you having all these kids and then they're not being taken care of. So I hate when women say that. Like, that really bothers me. Like, that's their only mission on earth because it's really not. So it was good that Carlos was like comforting her, stuff like that. Now, she did talk about a lot of the hate that she gets in the colorism. I do feel like people are a little bit harder than her because she is darker. I don't think that's the main reason, like she said, but I think it's a small percentage. And I think people do it subconsciously. Because let's say if somebody else were to do the same thing Shamea would be doing, they were kind of key at it. Now, I find Shamea funny. Like, her corniness is funny. Maybe because I'm a little corny. So, like, I kind of like, we see each other. Like, I see the corniness. You know what I'm saying? I see the corn. You feel me? So I get it. I do find a little bit of it funny. Like, even the meme with the, like, that was funny to me. Like, that was funny. So it's like little stuff like that I don't think are appreciated enough. And I think a small of it, percentage of it does have to do with the colorism, because it's like subconsciously people already dislike her because they're like, this little dark skinned girl doing all this, like, ugh, she's so aggy. But a part of it as well that I wish Carlos had mentioned, some of what Shamea says on the show or comes across, it seems rehearsed to me. And she is an actress. I feel like a part of it is very rehearsed. Like, she'll have certain things in her mind that she's already waiting to say or do because she's already kind of prepped up because these girls are already on 10. And I think that's what kind of turns the viewers off, because it doesn't come off as natural. So that's what I think about that. Okay. She also talks about the whole Candy situation, which, by the way, Candy is sick and tired of the girls bringing up her name, because she said that according to K. Michelle, I'm not Drew, but I keep saying Drew. I don't know why I keep saying Drew. Shamea apparently told her, hey, my friend said that they didn't want me hanging out with you, but I'm glad I gave you a chance, which Shamea denies. Another situation, I don't believe she's telling the truth, but in the words of Jocelyn, we're gonna let you keep living it up and not paying your taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but we're gonna let you live it up, okay? She tweeted, Candy tweeted about this and said, I'm just trying to live my best life. And every other week, my name gets dragged into some bush, okay? Or in the words of Candy, I'm just trying to live my best life. And every time I look at the vlogs, somebody got my name in some bullshit. Like, I don't know what to do about this. Like, okay? So that's what she said to this scene where K. Michelle mentioned it. She said she did not say that. That was not the case. That was cap, according to Shamea. I don't believe Shamea. But once again, we're gonna let you run with that. Okay? For the most part, I really did enjoy the interview, because once again, some of the stuff I did not know at all. And one thing I did like that she addressed was her and Portia's relationship on season 16. And it made a lot of sense when she explained it. Now that I believe her, she said that her and Portia would have a lot of conversations and confrontations off camera. So when they were to come on camera, she did not want to have them same conversations again, because she already talked to her friend off camera, which makes 100% sense. I get that. 100%. She also addresses her beef with Cynthia. Apparently, Cynthia been throwing shade at the podcast, on her podcast. What Cynthia say? Throw your little shade, okay? Apparently, she been throwing shade on her podcast because of the feet situation. Now, Shamea, you got to keep it a buck. You was coming a little hard when it came to when you was in that house and Cynthia was talking to you, and she mentioned the feet thing, right? And you kind of poke fun at the feet, even though, it's lightweight. We all know that, right? It's very lightweight. But you can't say a little stuff and then just not expect somebody to react. Come on now. Come on. I'm just saying. Okay, that's pretty much it. It was a really good interview. Carlos always usually does like very, very good interviews. Some stuff I just wish he would kind of follow up on. One big thing that I feel like he did not dive in, which I know he can because the show's still airing, was her and Drew. I wanted Carlos to be like, you and Drew's beef is so stupid. Can you stop beefing with her? Because that's what I want to say to Shamea. Like, y'all really don't have an issue in the grand scheme of things. Y'all don't have a problem. Y'all just let us shade each other back and forth. But like, when you look at the root of the problem, y'all don't have a root of the problem. You can't say it's because of Portia and they all fall out. You would have been fell out with Portia. Portia was gonna fall out with you. She did not want you on that show. Straight up. So you can't say it's that. Like, y'all just need to stop. Like, it's getting annoying at this point. And that was it. Let me know what y'all think down below about the interview. Do y'all think she was telling the truth? What parts do you think that were truthful, and what parts do you think were not? Now, I want to talk about something real quick. I feel like Sukihana is a hypocrite, and I'm going to tell you guys why. There is no reason why Sukihana, to me, preaches black love, black power, throws Mason Gretchen's face, besties with Dr. Umar, and you're making, one, you have a podcast with Bobbi, and Bobbi, you guys, is an influencer. Y'all know the awkward interviews, all of that. And now you put her on a song. That to me is hypocritical. You cannot be all for black power, black this, black that, all the whites to the side, all the non-blacks to the back. And then you're uplifting a white woman. It doesn't make sense to me. And that's the hypocrisy I find in Suki. I love Suki. I feel like she's very entertaining, very talented. But her allegiance, collab with Bobbi has always got on my nerves. I feel like it's purely financial, only because Bobbi has a huge audience behind her, and she makes probably Suki a lot of money. So I'm not mad at it. But I just feel like you cannot be preaching black power, but like this and like that, and F the white people. And if you're doing stuff like this, they recently dropped a song called Bills Paid, and Bobbi is on this track literally talking. Y'all seen one of the I seen one of the bad boys. They dropped the track. Man. I'm talking about they was just talking on the beat. I'm like, this music has really became like a big joke. Like, it's like a big joke. I really pray and give a lot of thought to anybody pursuing the music industry, because it really has become like a comedic, it's like another comedy gig, I feel like now. You might as well, a lot of y'all artists might as well tap into comedy. I really do.
Need a man. I'm with Sukihana on a beach, I need a 10.
Let me know what y'all think. Do you guys agree with this take that she's a little hypocritical for this? I've always thought this. I feel like a lot of people do not call her out about this like publicly at all. But that's what I think. Let me know what y'all think down below. So Trina is getting a lot of backlash for her recent outfit that she had on a recent performance, because they're saying she looks like Susie Carmichael. Okay, now you know what this made me realize? I feel like artists are not allowed to age as graceful as actresses are allowed to age. Actresses and actors, I feel like, are given a lot more grace when they're aging, and they're able to age a lot more gracefully in the industry without a lot of criticism, because what then happens is their roles are then defined from, let's say, the 20 or 30-year-old husband or something to now the dad, to the grandfather. You get what I'm saying? Now, versus an artist where a lot of people in the public view them as this 25-year-old, and when we see them start to get older, we're like, oh my God, as if people don't get old. Now, Trina was a fool for wearing this. I'm sorry. I get the weight gain and all of that, but that was crazy. I'm sorry. It was the leggings. Like, come on now. Like, really, Trina? I think that she dressed probably very quickly. Like, she was probably in a rush. And that's why she slapped that on. I don't think it was intentional. I don't think she was trying to put a fashion moment. I do feel like people do need to give her a little bit more grace, because if she was dressed like a hoochie hoe and came up out there with a skinny skin, y'all have something to say. I'm just saying. And why do we give artists a harder time that are aging than an actress and an actor? Because Vivica A. Fox, for an example, she, if you look at her now, has gained a little bit more weight than what we're used to see her regularly. I don't feel like she's getting any backlash. I feel like people are more acceptable to it. They're just like, okay, like, she's getting older. There are some people still trying to be funny and ignorant, but they're not clowning her. They're clowning Trina. Like, they are clowning this outfit. Like, there are people remaking videos of this. I will say, you might see me make an intro. You never know. depends. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about it. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So a lot of people are making comparisons of the status of JT's career and Caresha's career right now, because of course they were together when it comes to the City Girls. I feel like it's unfair to compare the two because that JT is for a whole nother audience than what Caresha is going for. Okay. Now, JT, this performance was a fool. The niggas couldn't even hold you up. They could not even hold her up. They were 1 inch away from making you fall over and tip over. That was a little pathetic. No shade. Okay. Like, it was pretty bad. There were 2 seconds for just boop and just toppling her over. The dudes couldn't even, they need to work on their core because that core is all types of out of whack. That would have been very embarrassing had she fell. It reminded me of that That's So Raven episode when she came in on that carpet and they started feeding her grapes, and I think she was portrayed as like an African woman or something like that. It reminded me a little bit of that. The reason why I say they're not going for the same audience. If you listen to JT's latest releases, you could tell she's going for in my opinion, like the EDM type of pop rock type of audience versus Caresha, who's going for the hood, the trick, and the hood across all over the world. That's what Caresha is going for. So for the people trying to clown JT, because y'all know I love JT. Yes, I'm biased. Oh well. Oops. Okay. Her artistry, I understand it. Okay. Her music is still hits for me. I can't sit and listen to Spin That. I'm sorry. It's doing amazing, don't get me wrong, but I can't. If I'm at the gym, I'm not gonna say, well, I'm gonna turn on Spin That. Like, I'm not listening to that. I'm sorry. Like, it's too what's the word? It's too mainstream. Like, I'm just not gonna listen to it. I'm just not. But it's getting played everywhere. So who the heck am I? So that's what I feel about it. I hate how they're still trying to pin the girls against each other. It's like y'all mad when they beefing, but the internet is the one that's causing the comparison and making them to the point where they start to see these tweets and they start to see these social media posts, and it starts to irritate the heck out of them. And then you wonder why they act the way that they do when it comes to the competition between the two. All right. Now, this whole Dean the Great and Adrian Broner situation, like, there's been a lot of clips of them going live. One of them being, and why is he still not at rehab? I really want to know this. Why is Adrian Broner still not checked into rehab? His gut is about as big as Rolly. Like, that is crazy. You get what I'm saying? Like, it takes, I feel like I just want to go out there and be like, boop, and it's just going to boom. It's just going to implode everywhere. You're just going to start getting alcohol, hot sausages, Cheetos, Lay's, Frito-Lay's, just start everything just popping up out of nowhere. Now, there's a few clips that have went viral. One of them being him getting a call from his friend that his baby mother just passed and him reacting to it.
All right.
Yeah, nigga, my baby mama just died in the car wreck, bro. I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. I should have never came down here, bro.
Oh, fuck.
I should have never came down here, Brody. This shit would have never happened. I should have never fucking came down here, Brody.
Yeah.
I gotta go home, bro.
I'm on the way, little bro.
Man, I should have never came down here, gang. Too much fucking party here, bro. Too much party here, bro. I should never came down here, bro. There's too much fucking party here, bro. That girl, man, she was with me every day, bro. I should have never came. Man, I should have never left her, man. Oh, fuck.
I'm on the way, gang.
All right, bro.
Well, at least you don't have no more baby mama drama.
Man, man. Come on, bro. Turn this up, bro.
All right.
Like, to say something like that is so insensitive, and his friend needs to cut him off straight up. Like, that to me is grounds for cutting a nigga off. Like, you joking in a situation like this when that man just lost his BM, she ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is next level. Like, you really don't give a crap. So there's that. Another clip that's been going viral is Amber Rose. So Amber Rose recently was over there and was schooling them on HIV. Okay, she was schooling Dina Gray and Adrian Broner about it, which I'm going to talk about how hypocritical this is. Let's take a look.
So anyway, AB, listen, I've always studied infectious diseases. I'm much older than you guys. I'm 42. So I grew up in the 90s where people...
You like young niggas?
I like them younger than me, yeah. I do.
Right.
So
you can teach me a lot.
So,
take my words.
In the 90s, people were dying of HIV very quickly, HIV and AIDS very quickly, right? So I saw things that maybe you guys didn't see. So when you don't use a condom, you have to remember that HIV is still very real and very prevalent.
Although this is such a great learning lesson, Amber, you're a hypocrite, okay? Because if you guys don't know, and I know this, not because I have it, because I'm on PrEP, not too much. If you are, you can't have a positive status if you're on PrEP. Just for the ignorant hoes that's gonna try to clock me. Florida right now, Trump is cutting a lot of care when it comes to medication for it, and I know this because they be showing it all over the commercials in SoFlo. I'm talking about everywhere. They'll have the little ads. They be like, "I'm such and such," and they're cutting the funding for for my status and this and that, and I need you guys to go to this website or call such and such to be able to stop this movement, because he's cutting it all down here. So for the girl lalas that's coming down here, get your freaky deaky on, be very careful. Oh yes, be very, very careful. So I just find it so rich that Amber is saying something like this and you're supporting somebody who's literally killing people. You know that, right? But let's continue.
Understand?
You talking to the wrong nigga. It's him. He got a different bitch.
You have to be very...
He got a different bitch.
Even if
And we ain't bought no condom.
But hold on, AB, listen. If her pH is still, like, she smells like water, it doesn't mean that she's not HIV positive, okay?
Exactly.
So just be very careful.
Everything you're telling him, that's great you were saying that.
You can't make this up.
So
which is very, although the message still is not lost. Shout out to Amber for schooling them, because them to be schooling raw like that in 2026 with no protection. I'm talking about PrEP and or condom, baby. Ugh. Yeah, them is some risk takers. Okay. Now the last clip is of Ray J. Ray J recently was sitting down with them in a vehicle, and he revealed that he ended up almost screwing a trans recently on her tatas, and did some things, but then realized and then quickly backed out.
I mean, I almost this trans girl.
Oh,
because I got a lot of trans friends, but I almost won. But luckily,
what you mean almost, gang?
But luckily, I stuck my in her, and then it felt like a little what's that thing called? The catastrophic, like the little that you can't have babies with.
No, I don't know nothing about that.
So her wall was like this. So then I got up out of it because I'm like, I was this earlier. Her was way. So I turned it down. Come to find out, she was a man.
So I guess she just tucked that bit. Well, he just tucked that bit.
She got her shit cut off like 13 years ago, so it was already a.
Nah, but it was that bit tucked though.
Yeah,
but when they do that, can you go? I don't even want to know, gang.
I felt like I was still like violated. I felt gay for like.
You didn't suck on her. That's a
shout out to the gay agency though.
Gang.
Shout out to Bussy Baby, back shots, dumping deep.
Hey, gang. So you mean you on a gang?
Andy.
No shade, okay, bro. Let me tell you, Adrian needs to stop playing with his potential and go to rehab, because this is actually really, really funny. Okay, Ray J, to me, we've all suspected these things about him allegedly, so this isn't even surprising. I don't think this is the first time. It's probably not gonna be the last. There probably more things happen, and he's just not telling all of the details, so that way he could avoid people confronting him about his even more. And y'all wonder why Brandy be going ghosted out talking to y'all. Anyways, y'all, Let me know what y'all think down below about this video. And Rob Baby's